Welcome back to the Wet Coaster Podcast. Today we're going to talk about who deserves the MVP at the end of the year. But before we jump into it, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the video if you're watching it. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it.
I think we let the most biased man on the planet of Earth go first. So there you go, biased man.
Go ahead,
All
Steve.
right. So I think, when you think about NBA MVP, a lot of it is around narrative. So who's going to have the best narrative? And for me, that's Luka Doncic. Because, I mean, if you look at it's a wide open West right now, they're currently fourth in the standings. You have the Grizzlies, Pelicans, and Nuggets ahead of them. I think they could very easily get ahead of those teams. I don't think they're going to be the number one seed, but I think he'll be high enough to where they'll be a 2 or 3 seed. And then when you look at his stats, he's statistically easily the best. He's the best player in the NBA this year. 34 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. And combine that when you think about all the other NBA MVP candidates, they have very good, second players on the teams. They have, KD, he has Kyrie Irving, Giannis, he has, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday when healthy. So I think with him, it's a one-man show on that team. So he easily has the best narrative.
I agree
I
it
mean,
is.
you
But he
make a
also plays
compelling
60
argument.
minutes.
Tatum as Jaylen Brown, it goes on and on.
I mean,
Yeah.
Steve, you make a compelling argument, but what about those the shooting percentages, the free throw percentage, the turnovers?
Okay, you think whenever they go in the room and decide MVP or they talk about it, they say, who has the best shooting percentage? I don't think
I don't
so.
know, Steve. I don't know if he's my MVP, but that's
Man,
fine.
but I don't see any other players playing as much as him though. I feel like he is
Yeah.
on the court the entire game.
I mean, also a lot of times it comes down to injury too, so
Yeah.
we'll see. And he
Yeah.
has a little bit of injury history, so that could affect it also.
Yeah, I agree. Zach, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty easy. In terms of who I think is going to win it, I think it's either going to be Giannis or Nikola Jokic. I'm going to have Jokic's stats pulled up. He's half an assist away from averaging a 25-point triple double, or Giannis, who's averaging 32, 12, and 5. Both are, Giannis is third. I mean, Jokic is number one in the East or in the West. I don't think there's ever been a three-time
No,
straight MVP.
there have
There
been,
hasn't. There hasn't been.
but
I mean,
I want to bring that. It's like I don't think voters are gonna be able to put him in that same category because like
it's
all
hard,
some of these
man.
names, like
Those stats and the record. That's what's going to do it for him. I think. And if it's not him, it's got to be Giannis. I mean, Giannis's stats are crazy. I mean, I know they're
so
going to
the three
give it to
peats
Tatum though.
are Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird.
Hmm.
Three in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to give it to Tatum, but I think it's going to be those two guys who I would probably give it to, just based on that stuff. Yeah, Luca's best chance of winning the MVP is them making a good trade at the deadline. That's his best chance, in my
And
opinion.
what, just basically getting higher in the standings? Is that what you?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So it's like 1 or 2 seed. You think has to have?
I think because if you're looking at just stat for stat, I mean, shit, Giannis and Nikola Jokic are up there, and
I
they
think
also have
I
the
think he
top
has a
seeds.
leg up over them though in terms of stats.
I do too.
He's averaging 34 points a game and almost a triple double. Like,
I mean, Harden averaged what, like 32 and didn't win an MVP. It took Harden what, 36 points a game, whatever, to win
Yeah,
MVP.
but Harden's
well,
points were
that
different
was
than
also
Luca's
kind of
points.
around whenever Steph Curry was kind of the face
That is
along with
fair.
LeBron.
Hmm.
Well, all right, Mikey, who you got?
The who I want to get it is
Yeah.
is Tatum. Jason Tatum
Mhm.
has been the man. He's been the guy since he came into the league, and I think he's really made a name for himself. And I
What's his
think
stats? Read me the stats. I
right
want to hear him.
now he's averaging 30 points a game, 8.5 rebound, 4.2 assists.
God, bro, if they give fucking Tatum the MVP, Jesus.
So it's
I mean, if
that's
they finish first in the East, then he's got a really good argument over the other guys in that conference.
I think the story is
Like,
great
so
when it comes
Giannis,
behind him
if he
though.
finishes above him.
Yeah. I
Oh
think I
man,
think Tatum could be a serious contender, but I'd also really like to see Luca get it as well. Um,
I'd like to see Luca get it.
Luca's
Also,
played his heart out and made the Mavs something, right?
yeah.
This
Well,
year especially.
this is for a whole nother video, and I think we can make a topic on it. But in my opinion, I think the difference between Tatum and Brown is not that significant, and I stand by that. You're talking from on both ends of the court. If you pit them up against each other, I think Brown and Tatum are very close, and I think Tatum is way overinflated in terms of his MVP stats because of Brown. Just my opinion, but you know, whatevs.
I don't know. I don't know about that one, but I mean,
I don't know, man. Brown's also not tattooed up. That counts for something, right? I mean,
You know,
can you be tattooed up and get an MVP? I don't know.
I think so, but like
Maybe.
I said, I want Tatum to get it just because I like his story, I like his personality, I like how he holds himself. But I think Luka deserves it this year, for
Yeah.
sure. And I don't think his efforts are going unnoticed this year, and I don't think they'll continue to go unnoticed. So I think he
I'd
could
like for him
definitely,
to
I
win.
think he could at least do double average if he keeps it up.
Mhm.
Um, and I
But
think
like I
that's
said, if
enough.
Jokic averages a triple double and stays on top in the West,
Hmm.
I mean
Luka's
that's
damn close to getting triple double
If he
average,
keeps
so
these stats and
yeah,
finishes top 2 in the West, there's no reason why he shouldn't get it.
I agree.
sure. I agree. That's fair. So it's a fair point.
I agree.
But
Well, if you made it this far, thank you very much. But until next time, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Comment your choices for the MVP of the 2023 NBA season. And we'll see you next time.